to 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Set to deal on 2-2. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Mercer onto the grass, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now he'll be kicking himself there. 2 ducks on the pond, and he pops one up. But that's an opportunity at the plate that you just have to take advantage of.
Ricky Weeks will grab a bat to pinch hit, and he'll do so with a couple of runners in scoring position here, but with 2 out in the inning. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
Yeah, and that's a good job to come right out here and set the tempo for this series as they finish off a good road victory here in Game 1.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, they tried to let him finish off the complete game, but he wound up needing a little help to get the final 2 outs. Still, 8 1/3 quality innings.
Tuesday night baseball here on the show from Chase Field in Phoenix. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game. Evan Marshall will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, last year he had an ERA in the low 2s. Almost every time out, he was picture perfect. I expect there'll be more.
Greg Bird will get his first shot here, and you can see he's got that average up near the 330 mark to begin playing.
Well, he's been hitting really well over his last 10 games or so, and he's someone to watch out for in this one.
This one's hit deep out to left center field, and that'll get down out there near the wall. And he is in there safely with their first hit so far, a 1-out double.
Here's another look. This fastball's of the 2-seam variety, running away from him at the plate. And if you try to pull it, you roll over it. Instead, he goes right with it and winds up with a double.
Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. EK, you take a look at this Diamondback ball club as they begin play here tonight. They come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Peralta is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, they need to get guys on base, so you need patience at the top of the lineup and then aggressiveness out of the middle of the order once you've got some guys to drive in.
That gets down, and the inning will continue. And they're going to hold that runner at third base, as even with 2 away, they didn't like their chances there.
And you know, once you see this ball get down in right center, I was thinking this is a run easy. But that's a nice play to get to it quickly and fire it back in, and that'll wind up forcing that runner to hold on at third base.
Here's Starlin Castro. Shot toward second. And a base hit as the run will score from third, and the Yankees score first. It's 1-0.
Batting sixth.
So it's first and third with 2 away, and set to stand in the still very imposing figure of the 3-time MVP, Alex Rodriguez. First pitch coming, here it is. And a fastball runs in a bit too close for comfort that time.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Yankees forced to settle for 1. Nate Eovaldi will be the starter in this one for the Yankees. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, take a look at that whip. Around 1.3, which is pretty much league average. So he's been very serviceable all year long.
We'll jump forward in this one to the top of inning number 2. Greg Bird gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. First delivery to him on the way. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw on to first, and the Yankee threat goes by. Phil Gosselin will dig in for the first time, and he'll do so right at the 300 mark for the year. Time to pick this one up now in the top of inning number 5. Greg Bird strides in, grounded out his last time through.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
And there's ball 2 now. Line to the right side. But that's a foul ball. Nobody out, runner on first. Full count now. 3-2.
And a good job here of making him throw a lot of pitches. He probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, so the more you make him work, the better your chances of getting a mistake.
Under it now is Tomas, and Yasmani's got it for the first out. Robbie Ray is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here.
Now pitching for the
Mike Trout will be the first to greet him here, as he'll stand in with a runner at first and one away. Now a check swing, but it's strike one anyway, says the home plate umpire.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
You know, when I watch Mike Trout and I see the speed and the power, it reminds me of Mickey Mantle. And whatever you do, don't give him something down in the zone to hit. He loves the ball down.
Back goes Pollock. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Bryce Harper will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
In there, a base hit. Starlin Castro digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Looped out towards short, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Yasmani Tomas will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Time to move ahead to the top of inning number 7.
the first baseman, number
Now at the plate, Greg Bird. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the stretch. This is line to left, and that's in there. Base hit. Mike Trout will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. And he is in there at the plate. It's now a 2-0 game.
And that could turn out to be a very big insurance run right there. That makes this a 2-run game now. And the way their starter's pitching, he may not wind up even needing it, but at least it gives him a little bit of a cushion out there.
Dominic Leone is going to have his work cut out for him here. First offering on its way. Bryce Harper is at the plate as he watches ball 1. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
Ready with the 1-1. Now a fastball is lifted into the air to shallow center. Pollock has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And never much of a chance to even think about scoring there. What a big second out.
Second baseman.
Starlin Castro gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. And there's the 4th wide one, so they'll go after the next guy with a force at any base here and 2 men gone.
The third baseman, number 13.
Standing in now for the Yankees, Alex Rodriguez. And he does so with 2 gone in the inning, but with the bases loaded. Looking to minimize the damage here. Now a big swing, and this ball is crushed. Forget it. Long gone. Home run. So he will touch them all on the grand slam. 12 home runs for him now thus far. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Oh, and well, you could probably follow the thinking on the mound right there. He's got the bases loaded now. He doesn't want to fall behind, so he's just going to try to get that first one over to start the at-bat to try to get ahead in the count. And that's going to turn out to be a decision he's going to regret, because this guy is sitting on the first pitch, and he's going to turn it into a grand slam.
Gary Sanchez will be the first one to face him here, as he'll somehow try to stop the bleeding after the grand slam knocked